Welcome back to Tampa, the home of this weekend's women's Final Four. Our next guest knows exactly what it takes to get to this stage. Renee Montgomery was part of the undefeated UConn team who won it all back in 2009. She went on to win at 2 WNBA titles with the Minnesota Lynx, an absolute legend in the building. Now she's one of the best in the business talking college basketball on CBS Sports as an analyst. Renee, good morning.
Let's go, Nate.
Let's go, Renee, in the building.
Yeah,
I'm sweating. I mean, I'm hot when I get around a legend.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay.
All right, so let's talk about some of these players that might be sweating internally because this is a big stage and the lights are bright. Yeah. What's going through their minds right now?
Man, I mean, the real thing is I remember it being a lot of media. Like, I remember thinking, like, I can't wait for the games to get going because you do media. Look, it's a lot going on back here. I know the shopping. That's the lost girl.
You have to get
You got to stay locked in.
That's
what I'm trying to say. You got to stay locked in with all the distractions. I mean, there's media and there's more media. I'm for real. And so then it's like there's the practice and it's open to the fans. So it's not a real practice. And the main thing you're thinking is like, man, I just can't wait for the game to get here.
For sure. Now, I know that you are a diehard UConn Husky, all right? So I know who you're going for, but just remove your loyalty hat for a second. Who are you looking at?
I mean, I think this is a tough season. UConn's the only number two team to make it. And to your point, there's always the team that I'm rooting for, which is UConn, and then my analysis. And so I think even coming in, I think UConn was that team to beat. 26% of the brackets agreed. But also UCLA, the overall #1, they have a monster squad. Kiki Rice, Lauren Betts, Corey Close is their coach. I mean, then you got Don Staley, of course, and any team with Don Staley coaching it, you know that they're going to have a fire and a chance. They're a team that there's not really one star that emerges, a full-on team, so you have to stop everyone at the same time. And then Texas in their defense. I mean, this is going to be an exciting one. I think both men and women's side, it's powerhouses on powerhouses.
For sure. Now, when it comes to teams, you love it when your superstar plays like a superstar. And Paige Bueckers has been doing that. Paige Buckets is official, right?
Yeah,
What makes her so special?
I mean, she's been special since she was young. I think that's the thing about Paige. A lot of people forgot just how good she was. Coming in, she was exactly what she ended up being. And then she got a couple injuries where it kind of makes you forget other people emerge, but Paige has always been a bucket, and I'm so happy that she's able to be healthy coming into this season, the whole UConn squad. But she's one of those players, obviously probably going to be one of the top picks in the draft.
Of course,
I mean, it's just she's all the things that they say and more.
All right, women's sports is on fire right now. You call it volcanic. What makes it so explosive in this moment?
I mean, I just think that everything's lining up at the right time. Streaming, social media, women's sports has always been popping. I was watching the show earlier when you was talking to Asia. I respected that you said we've been balling. We've been balling. I feel you on that because we have, but now it's just the eyes are there. The social media presence where there's more people engaged, streaming, where it's not only just cable that you can have games to watch. You can turn it on everywhere. I think that's why it's volcanic, because now the more people get it, the more people are loving it. And I mean, I don't know if you've been balling, but we've been balling, Nate. Okay, I don't know. I saw your little hook shot.
You saw that little hook shot? Yeah, I know. It's been a while. I'm a football player at heart. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it.
But they say football players, you know, there's a big conversation about that.
We all feel like we could be in the NBA. You know?
I saw you too.
But hey, I appreciate you, and I love what you have done transitioning from being a legend on the court to what you're doing now. Thank you so much. The great Renee Montgomery. All right, CBS Sports will provide coverage of the Women's Final Four across its platforms this weekend. Catch Renee later this morning on CBS Sports HQ. And you can watch the Men's Final Four, Auburn versus Florida, followed by Duke against Houston tomorrow here on CBS, and, of course, streaming on Paramount+.